In 1795, a 16-year-old named Daniel McGinnis rowed out to a small, wooded island in Mahon Bay, Nova Scotia, and found a circular depression in the ground beneath an old oak tree, with a tackle block still hanging from a cut branch above it, as if someone had used it to lower something heavy into the earth. McGinnis returned with two friends, John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, and the three teenagers started digging. A few feet down they hit a layer of flagstones. Below that, they found a layer of rotting oak logs, spaced roughly 10 feet apart, one after another. The deeper they went, whatever was down there, it looked deliberately built. Not natural, word spread. And in 1803, a group called the Onslow Company organized a serious excavation. They dug past 90 feet, still finding the same pattern of log platforms every few feet, at around that depth. Workers reportedly pulled up a flat stone carved with strange symbols, later nicknamed the 90-foot stone. What those symbols meant, or whether the stone was even genuine, has never been settled. The stone itself disappeared decades later, and no verified photograph of the original inscription survives. So, the exact wording is only known through second-hand descriptions written well after the fact. That same dig ended the way almost every dig on Oak Island has ended since, overnight. The pit flooded with seawater, rising and falling with the tide, as if the shaft was somehow connected to the ocean itself. This is where the island's most famous theory was born. The idea of a deliberately engineered flood tunnel, built specifically to drown anyone who dug too deep. Skeptics point out that Oak Island sits on natural limestone, riddled with sinkholes and underground water channels, and argue the flooding could simply be geology, not a booby trap. No excavation since has definitively proven it either way. The companies kept coming anyway. The Truer Company arrived in 1849 and drilled instead of digging, bringing up fragments of wood and, by some accounts, 3 small links of a gold chain. In 1861, a boiler used to pump water out of the pit exploded, killing 1 worker, the first of at least 6 deaths connected to Oak Island. In 1909, a young Franklin Delano Roosevelt, more than 2 decades before he became president, joined a group called the Old Gold Salvage Company. He spent part of a summer working on the island himself, a detail confirmed by his own later letters describing the experience. By the 20th century, the theories had multiplied well past simple pirate gold. Some believe the pit held treasure hidden by the Knights Templar. Others pointed to Marie Antoinette's smuggled jewels. Supposedly spirited out of France during the Revolution, a stranger theory claimed the shaft held manuscripts proving Francis Bacon, not William Shakespeare, wrote the plays credited to him. None of these theories has ever been backed by anything pulled out of the ground. But that hasn't stopped each new excavation from chasing them. In 1965, tragedy struck again. Robert Restel and 3 other workers died in a shaft, overcome by toxic gas. For deaths in a single afternoon remain the worst disaster in the islands. On excavation history, the modern chapter began in 2006, when brothers Rick and Marty Lagino bought a majority stake and resumed digging with modern equipment. Their work has turned up genuinely strange finds, a lead cross of uncertain age, and a scrap of parchment bearing the letters VI. They also found layers of coconut fiber buried deep underground, a material that doesn't grow naturally anywhere near Nova Scotia. Even with all of that, more than 2 centuries later, nobody has pulled a confirmed treasure out of the ground. What's been found is real. The log platforms, the flood channels, the imported coconut fiber, the lead cross. What none of it has done is prove which legend, if any, is true. It's entirely possible the truth is smaller than any of the myths An unusual natural sinkhole that started a 200-year chain of embellished stories. It's also possible something really was buried there on purpose. And whoever did it built it well enough that it's still winning. Like this video, and tell me, do you think Oak Island holds a real treasure? Or is it just a natural sinkhole that turned into the greatest legend money could build? And subscribe for more mysteries history has never fully explained.